All right, let me
By the way,
pull
we're
up
live.
chat. Yes, hello,
I don't care how that
everybody.
story went on live.
Hi everyone. So let's jump right into this, shall we? Last time, on the adventures of you guys made it back to
Me?
Frontier Station, with a
You.
Yeah,
Right.
what?
I think
Nothing.
he was responding to, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I made a joke, and I think Burn was responding to my joke.
Oh God. Okay, I thought I lost everyone. I was like, oh no. All right, so you had some party changes, so to speak. Cyber 6 and Indigo and Tessa went back to the future in an effort to try and head off Vector because, to be fair, while you kind of understand what he's after, you have no idea what he's trying to do and how he's trying to do it and what he knows. So they're trying to break off and get to Anna's dad before he does, to hopefully cut off a potential very powerful enemy. So they're headed back to Zeberon, as far as you know. And on the way to the gate, you met an old friend? Question mark. A priest. Father Retu offered to join you guys on your adventure, saying that he had been called there by his god to aid you in whatever endeavors you were currently facing. And you took him on and went to a small mining planet. And from there, you booked passage with I'd say a reasonable captain. Who took you to Frontier Station. And when you got off on Frontier Station, you went to go see the Second Chance. You got to the Second Chance to find out that someone had tried very, very hard to break into the Second Chance. They were unsuccessful, but there was minor to moderate damage to the outside of the ship. One of your landing struts is broken, and there's a lot of scarring on the hull. But whoever tried to do this was unsuccessful. And we ended the session with a group approaching your group, turning out to be Lucas's old gang. Lucas's old gang of how long? How long was Lucas running with this gang before he jumped ship?
Oh, geez. Let's go say 2 months.
2 months. Gotcha. So Lucas's gang of 2 months.
He did not stay with people very long.
Until us.
It was a very, very busy 2 months. And we're going to pick up right there. We ended last session literally with what looked to be the leader of the group, a young man with short blonde hair, very well combed, very well dressed, saying, "Lucas, we'd like to have a word."
Yeah?
Don't yeah, me. You, and he points a finger at you, walked out on us and all of our deals, and you have a lot of answering to do.
I said goodbye.
And there's a gentleman behind him. Lucas, you would know him. He was the accountant of this group. His name is Pin. He's human, small, glasses, kind of reedy. And he goes, "It's true. He did say goodbye." Shut up, Pin. Actually, no, Pin. Don't shut up. Read it. Read it to him. And Pin will step forward, and he pulls out a data pad, and he goes, hi, Lucas.
Hello.
They're upset with you. You left in quite a hurry, and there was
How many of them?
Oh, all of them.
All right, got it.
There's quite a few unfinished tasks, pieces of business that you kind of left. I'm sure you had your reasons. Ben, I'm sorry. So there is the 2,686 prosthetic limbs that you left on us that we don't know what to do with and feel like you owe us for that. You still owe money to Jackie for her cat. He kind of scrolls down. There's the fiasco on Planet Feline. You haven't apologized for that one yet. I don't know why that's really there. I think that was understandable. But you owe 16 pieces of gum, and there's parentheses here that it's incredibly expensive gum. I don't know. Jackie. And then you see Jackie. Of course, you know Jackie.
Mm-hmm.
Chewing gum, and she goes, "Yeah, Lucas, what about that gum?"
Lucas pauses for a second. All right. In order. Those were gifts. I'll pay for whatever sort of... I think you were just feeding it strips of ribbon. I don't even know what the heck that was. I am not apologizing for whatever the flip that was. And I'll try... I need to find the dude who even has that gum.
There's one more small, tiny item on this list, Lucas. And it seems silly, but they made me add it to the list. You broke our hearts.
Seriously?
No, seriously.
Surprising.
And,
Yet not surprising.
the whole group of 6 people are just staring daggers at Lucas. And the one who started talking first said, "We had plans, Lucas. We were going to the vault. You remember that plan? We were going to go travel the galaxy. We canceled our job for you." And Jackie was inconsolable. Yeah, Lucas, I was inconsolable.
I see. Looking at Jackie looking very inconsolable right now.
Yeah, she looks very... Actually, yeah, I mean, Jackie's a bit shallow, but for Jackie, she looks very inconsolable. And then Pin goes, "So we've been looking for you for quite some time, and we were approached by a nice lady with a Russian accent saying that you would be here. So here we are."
All right. Question. He points over the ship. Did you guys do that?
They look at the ship, and Pin looks back to you. "Oh, no, that's... Is that yours? We wouldn't even know whose ship that was. We don't just go around."
Oh,
"Oh,
it's not
no,
my ship. I just travel around in it.
Oh, no, we thought... Well, we just thought it was... With that nice girl with the Russian accent, her people did that. We thought that it was unrelated."
Oh.
And Jackie, like, still chewing on the gum, says, "Now that you mention it, she seemed to think that, I don't know, we'd attack you or shoot you or something. I mean, I might slap you. But..."
I mean, that's just deserving right there.
She nods.
Girl, do it.
It'll be funny. We get the recorder.
And
recorder?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And Pin just kind of puts the list down and goes, "She was very stressed, and she seemed to think that our grievances with you were... Well, I mean, we're very, very upset with you, Lucas. She seemed to think it was violently."
Yeah, no. So apparently, there's some people who have, let's just say, stronger beef than trying to get some cat food. So right now, he points over the ship. That scorching marking broken leg of a fairly well armored ship That is one of the least of our worries at the moment. We're kind of in a, I would say, a pickle.
Or in a spaceport.
True.
And Jackie just still chewing a gum. She goes, "Yeah, well, that sucks. I mean, we don't really care, honestly, Lucas. We came here to tell you we don't need you anymore.
Then
We have
leave.
Frank."
What?
And
You replaced me?
she nods her head, and the group kind of parts, and there's this guy. He's wearing a very colorful outfit that looks like a cheap imitation almost. It's not the same colors, it's not the same design, but it would be like if someone tried to dress like Lucas but didn't put a lot of effort into it. He's short, he's chubby, he's got a 5 o'clock shadow and a cigar hanging out of his mouth. Hey, I'm Frank.
They
I love
hired a dollar store Lucas.
Does he look like Danny DeVito though?
A little bit.
Is he the
If
trash
Danny DeVito
man?
In
take
other words,
showers.
he does now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the
And,
trash man.
He's the
And
best.
That's great.
Jackie goes,
He's
"Yeah."
got a really good replacement for me. I thought it was just going to be like some sort of like. I
Yeah,
don't know what I was
he-
expecting. I was expecting this. Oh my goodness! I don't
He
think I
casts
can
spells
beat-
and everything, Lucas.
Shoot! Really?
And Frank goes, "Yeah," and pulls out his hands and says a word, and like little colored wisps of mist trail from his fingers.
He did that in one word. Did you see that?
Well, it was a few words actually, but only one intelligible word.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So, Lucas.
Yeah?
Just wanted to let you know that we found someone better.
Shit, yeah, you did.
Yeah, we did. Like, she looks a little like not sure, thinking
Like,
maybe she'd get a
not
different
gonna lie,
reaction.
guys, if I knew, like, I know you guys are upset right now. If I knew you guys were cool with me and whatnot, I would try to befriend that man. Maybe have him come along with our adventures. Shoot, have my own Lucas. Shit.
You're not. And the yellow blonde haired guy says, "You're not stealing someone from us, Lucas."
Yeah, I know.
Frank's like crosses his arms. Like, what adventures are we talking about here?
Now hold on. These guys got you fair and square.
Oh my
I'm-
god.
And what we're getting into, oh boy. I know you're gonna be a lot of help, but no, seriously, these guys need you.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay, which one do you want? You want me to? You think I'm lying, or do you think I'm trying to?
Well, it's up
Oh.
to you. When you tell him to stay behind, are you lying or are you trying to convince him genuinely?
I put a lot of lies in there, like he's one of the best of the best.
Oh, I meant more to the persuasion is these guys need you stay with them. Is that a
Okay.
genuine feeling, or does he not
I
really
think
feel
that's
that way?
probably more genuine than not,
Okay.
So I guess
That's
that'd be
the persuasion part. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, hang on. Let me move you guys over to. I have you on the wrong map.
Woo!
He kind of chews the cigar around for a bit and goes, "All right. Yeah, I guess they do pretty much need me." And Pin goes, "Well, so, right then, Lucas, and company, I think that is all we came here to say. Have a nice day and good luck
Kid
with your
has a
ship."
plus sign.
Yes, kid.
Oh my god. As kids like covering their nose and mouth with a hand or something. They're just like, great, excellent, let's go now. Just trying to like shove everyone towards the ship.
Now hold on. He goes over to the snide lady and goes, let's see, transfer of. You know what? I have been hard on you guys. 5,000 credits.
Is that all?
Their eyes light up. Lucas knows this crew doesn't make a lot of money. Lucas
Okay.
wasn't with them for the cash. That's certainly true.
Lucas isn't with
Sure.
anyone for the cash.
I know.
Here, I think I have it on a card somewhere. Just give me a just gonna rifle through his pockets.
Oh my god.
Here,
Yeah,
there you go.
yeah, thank you.
When you give that to Jackie, she attempts to grab Lucas and plant a big kiss on him.
Ooh.
Do
Isn't
you?
Sarah right?
I'm a slippery bugger.
Yeah,
There's
Sarah's
inside.
right there.
There's
I
inside.
know. Oh yeah, she went inside. That's true.
Mhm. But she could be
so-
looking through a
Roll
window.
dex save.
Roll a dex save.
All right. Escape artist. Acrobat.
Nice.
Give me a second here.
She fast.
No. She kind of duck out of the way, and she just kind of looks pouty. And
I
Pin
mean,
goes,
you can
"Well,"
still slap him.
she doesn't though. Actually, she just stares and looks at him pouty. And Pin goes, "Well, that's very generous. That'll, I think, more than make up for it. Well, then, I am sorry to bother you. I hope that everything's well and that business of
Okay,
the
goodbye.
points
This
to the
kid like
ship.
starts
Yeah.
shoving them away from the ship.
They are able to collectively move off and shuffle off into the distance of the hangar bay.
They're so nice. They cared, you know?
If they're nice, we're saints.
Well,
Are we?
I don't think that's the case.
I'm pretty sure that's not how it works.
I think for fun you dislodged your jaw or something.
What?
Ew, didn't you fight that guy? He hit you pretty hard.
Oh, I did do that. That was fun.
Anywho.
And right about that time, Hart comes skipping down the ramp, and she goes, "Everything inside looks fine. I don't think anyone got in, and I mean to either ship."
Oh, good. Because I was going to
Fantastic.
ask about the one that was easier to get into.
I
Hart
mean,
nods.
I'm
and
still
she
gonna
goes-
check.
Hart nods, and she goes, "Well, you can just flip the switch that Isaac and Catherine installed to go to either one you need." And everything looks undamaged except for, and she kind of like looks at it. And every time you see her look at the outside of the ship, you see she looks very crestfallen. She's like, "They really did a number on the outside."
Yeah, but it's fine. We can always fix her up.
Right. Yes, we can. Most importantly, the gym is intact. That was never, well, I guess they never made it inside to hurt it. But as far as I can tell, no inside traps were set off either. So I don't think they ever made it on board.
Fantastic.
She
So
nods.
now that we know that,
Let's talk on board.
yeah, let's talk on board.
Hart kind of shifts from foot to foot. I'd like to go see Pa and make sure he's okay.
I would like to as well.
If you guys want to go talk on board, I can go see him.
You shouldn't
And
go
leave
alone.
you guys alone? We just had a good old reunion with people I barely even remembered they existed.
Oh my god.
Wow, what an asshole.
Hart just kind of shrugs. She says, I mean, I'm sure everything's fine. It's just he broke out of prison and Pa likes to keep a strict. I just want to make sure everything's okay."
Understandable. Let's just do a quick road call on ship, and then we can all go.
She nods and starts heading back up the ramp.
Kid like was about to start shoving people in the direction of like the dock bay or something like that, and then they pause and are just like, or we can do that first and start marching up the ship.
Yeah. I think what we should do is go into the other ship, the bigger one, and
Yeah.
At the very least release Ryle, because he sure has been in that necklace.
Oh, he
For a
doesn't
while.
know anything.
No, he doesn't know anything. But he would be a
Okay.
great guardian for the ship.
Cut to Ryle and like just utter blackness. Guys, hello.
But he doesn't. He isn't aware he's in there.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
time passes very, very slowly for him. So for him, even though it's been a very long time since he's been let out, like months and months, for him it's been like a day.
Well, Kid's going to release him into the big room. I can't remember what it's called.
Cargo bay.
Hang on,
Cargo
let me get you guys
bay.
over there. To
Yeah.
the cargo bay,
The cargo bay.
where there's still the picture of Ryle and his
Yeah,
fish.
where he goes. "Refreshing."
He's a good boy.
He kind of pops out and he does this weird like stretch where he stretches his full length of his body as far as he can, and the tail kind of goes up the wall, and he goes, "Oh, hey guys."
Hey, how you doing?
And he looks around. Oh, it's the ship.
Mhm.
I thought we were. So have we gone to the planet yet?
Yeah, we got there, and then we had to head back.
Oh. Okay.
Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. I just, I've never seen any other planets. It's okay. I like the ship.
We were on a very small space that you would have been larger than for majority of that trip.
Yes.
Are you okay in water?
Water?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I've been out in the rain several times, and it's actually fun, I think.
But can you swim?
What's swim?
Okay, you know
Say
how
the
there's those big lakes of like sweet water that's on your planet
Yeah,
Uh-huh,
where the fish
uh-huh.
is.
where
Right?
the fish
yeah.
are. Can you
Sure.
go through that?
Yeah, I just go along the bottom. I mean, they're
No.
not that deep. I just kind of crawl
Well,
across it and keep my head above the water and catch some fish.
think of some water that is much, much, much taller than you are.
His eyes kind of glaze over.
That's the reason
All
why
two
we
of
didn't
his
we
brain
didn't bring
cells
you
are
out.
working.
No, leave him alone.
He kind of nods. I don't. You guys are kidding. Water taller than me. All right. Okay. So I couldn't go. If
Yeah.
you say so. I trust you. Just maybe next planet?
Yeah.
Okay. Water taller than me. And he just kind of like curls up in the corner.
We're never taking him to Earth. Anyways, moving
Oh
on.
my god.
Anna wants to do what? I don't remember what surveillance was again.
Surveillance?
Oh yeah. You
Investigation?
mean do an investigation check for me, please?
Thank you.
Make
always
it
gonna call a surveillance
advantaged.
check.
Yeah. Go ahead and do it at advantage. You're aided by Isaac. Nat
Oh.
20.
Nice.
You are after looking through the whole ship. We'll say that you take we'll say you take a good 30 minutes to an hour to really go over the ship.
Yeah.
You are very, very confident that there are no bug devices in the ship.
In either of them, or would that have just been the main one?
In either of them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
with that
Fantastic.
roll, I'll say with either. You flip the switch, go into the old ship layout, and don't find anything there either.
Is there anything on the outside of the ship, like a tracker or something like that?
There is not.
Wink.
Fantastic. What do you mean weak?
No, weak of them.
Oh.
Very rude.
Don't care.
Yeah, what do they take you for? But yeah, you're very confident.
Cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, roll call. Everybody's here. Let's make sure we unload all of our stuff, get it on board. Probably hell.
Put
Probably
clean
even-
clothes on.
Yeah, clean clothes, take a shower, do everything we need to do.
Okay, real quick, why does Kid's room have the dragon's den?
I
Oh,
don't.
that was me. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Am I wrong?
I mean, no. And they're about to add actual treasure to it because that giant chest is going directly into their room.
And during the search, so a couple of things happen during the search. Because, like I said, it take some time to really search this whole area, even with help. A couple of things happen. Lucas,
Mhm.
Father Retu would come to you and he'd be like, Lucas, this
Mhm.
is marvelous. This ship. I've never seen anything like it. There's 2 insides.
Lucas thinks for a second. It's really hard for me to really know what's going on, but let's just say yeah.
That sounds amazing. So this gentleman who is after you, he did
Mhm.
this to your ship?
The inside? No, we did the inside.
Oh, no, I meant the outside. The
Oh.
damage.
Yeah, I guess so. If I understand Russian accent lady well enough, it seemed to be the a person we ran in earlier who seems to be an extension of.
Like, you see like Hart skipping past. Beatrix, she's nice.
Yeah, that one.
And as she's skipping past, like Father Retu like pauses and he goes, didn't she do this to the ship? And you hear like down the hall, still nice.
Debatable.
So, yes, she at least most likely did this to the ship. Here saying things like that is all sort of speculative and all that other biz. But in general, even if she did, this is pretty kind. To be honest, I'm very glad that she didn't go any further, else she. Well, we have precautions and things like that. Let's just say it would have been a bad time for her.
I see. Well, then it's good that you're cautious, I suppose. I'm sorry, Lucas. I'm going to have to play catch up for quite a bit.
Lucas nods for a bit.
Mhm.
Lucas ponders for a moment. Have you Lucas is just like, I can't think. How was the shoot? I knew what this was called. You did it sermon. How was your sermons?
Oh, well, sparsely attended, that's for sure. Though, to be fair, that is to be expected, I suppose. But good. I think I was able to reach out to a few lost souls who needed help and guidance, and in Center there are so many of them.
You think there'd be a larger boom because of the knowledge of the frontline runners being of the Christian faith? I think is how you deal with those.
True. Well, kind of, he says. While I personally think that Christian symbology works best, it would seem that when facing vampires, almost any religion, if truly believed, items could work.
Sure, but I mean, weren't you the first one out there? If people without faith, I'm assuming that would have been pointed towards the people who were fighting there to begin with.
Well, yes, except that once I realized the full extent of what I was going up against, I thought it the better judgment to work with other shall we say, religious organizations among Center joining forces to make a combined call. So while it might have been nice for God and Christianity to get the credit, I felt the humble approach would have been more effective. He shrugs. It's fine. I don't need advertising. Those who need my help will find me. Or I'll find them, like now.
I guess I should probably show you to a room.
Oh,
Oh, we didn't. Do you still have your luggage? Does he still have his luggage?
yeah, he still does. He still has
Okay.
the glaive and the little pack, the decently sized pack that he's carrying.
Okay. All right. Take your bags, and we can get you to a room. You can pick from a few.
So he'll definitely pick a room and kind of set his things inside while the search is going on. He says hello to Ryle. They introduce each other. He doesn't seem put off or surprised or really anything but cordial and friendly to him. Though to be fair, he lives on Center, where alien life forms are probably an everyday thing. Maybe not
Right.
quite as fantastical as Ryle, but aliens are no yeah. Right. But other than that, he puts his gear up, and we'll say that basically pretty much covers the hour or so. Sarah helps as best she can. Sarah and Hart. Well, Hart actually seems more interested in assessing the damage from the outside. But Sarah helps as much as she can, checking for bugs and things of that nature. So after about an hour or so, you guys are fairly certain, or no, Anna, you are certain there are no bugs on the ship.
I am certain.
You are certain.
You know.
You are a certain.
Yeah. Kid's gone.
Yeah, I'm looking for Kid.
So,
So yeah.
is there any business that we have on here? Are we good?
I'm wearing clean clothes for the first time in several months, so that's a plus.
Yeah. I got
Cold
mine
shower.
on Center. Ha 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 ha. All right. Cold shower. How to take
I
a
call
cold
shower.
Oh, go ahead.
And you'll notice when you go into the bathroom, the portal to the outside ocean is still there. Looks like it's noon or midday because you can see through the sparkling blue water, clear as day, fish on the outside. The surface of the water maybe 60, 70 feet up above where your window is. And it's kind of neat. I've never described this before, but when you walk into the bathroom, if there's no lights on, the daytime light filtering through the ocean plays very pretty blue water designs across the bathroom stalls.
Good.
Going into one of these beds.
It's a shower. That's not a bed. Yeah, and it's the first actual shower you've had in a few days. I assume you guys all took showers when you finally got to Center.
Yeah.
But on Captain Palatine's ship, there were only sonic showers. They were not real ones. So first shower you've had in about a week or so. 4 days, actually. I think it was 4 days. The journey was 4 days. So, yeah, you can take a shower and get cleaned up.
Squee, I'm gonna toss something in Discord.
Okay.
It like this?
Yeah, it's very similar to that.
Okay.
Except little shallower than that. Like the sunlight reaches all the way down to the bottom.
Yeah.
So, but yes, very similar to that.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, remind me real quick, Squee, didn't Kid give Lil to Hart for safekeeping?
Yes. So that's true. We did kind of gloss over that, didn't we? She would have given Lil back to you the second you came back. So you would have had Lil back on center.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Heart would have said that Lil was very well behaved. She didn't transform very much. Heart thinks that she just missed Kid.
No.
But overall, she was a little behaved Flil.
Flil.
Lil the Flil.
Gotcha.
Look, I didn't name it. I just named the species. It's not my fault.
God.
So you would have Lil draped around your shoulder or your neck. Usually, Lil likes to take the shape of something very droopy, a lizard, a snake, a worm, something that can easily wrap around your neck and shoulder, not uncomfortably so, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So that it's not having to perch, or it can literally just hang and enjoy the ride. Yeah, so with that, you guys kind of all gather back, knowing that the ship is free and clear. Ooh.
Awesome. So did we want to
Go
have
check
a
in on
meeting to
Paul.
hash things out?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Or did we want to visit Pa first?
I think at this point we can go visit Pa.
That'd be great.
Okay, so...
Oh, that's right. Does Pa know about Heart's arms?
Yes.
He does.
Pa
Oh,
knows...
right.
And Isaac, you'd know this. Pa knows most of everything. If you guys have been through an adventure, Heart has shared it with him whenever they've been together. Like, she hasn't transmitted anything to him. But, I mean, the few times you guys have traveled to Frontier Station, she's told them about all your adventures. In fact, you were there for quite a few of them. And there'd probably be some times where it's like, you know, she's talking about the Golden Orb, and Pa just kind of gives Isaac this look of like, what did you get my daughter into? That kind of thing.
Oh, that's the other thing. Isn't the golden orb still on the fucking ship, like the original golden orb, or did we do something with that? Because for the life of me, I can't fucking remember.
I can't remember either.
You guys still have it.
Okay.
You hadn't really discovered a viable... So basically, the thing was, the group hadn't discovered a viable way to get rid of it that you felt was safe.
Yeah.
So
That sounds
right now,
like us.
Right now,
Yeah.
it is in a... I forget exactly what it was, but it was something Cathor made, like a box that holds it or shields it. I don't know who would actually have possession of it. If you guys want, sure, it might be best. Where on the ship would you keep it? We'll say it's like...
I thought we had it in a very specific room we keep locked.
Yeah, I think you might be right there.
Yeah.
It would be in a, like, the equivalent of a lead box. You know what I mean? That you could carry in both hands. So
If I
not too
recall
big.
correctly, I think it would have been in a box similar to one that I designed for the fake orb, which was, hey, it's a box, except it's a pocket dimension, so you have to unlock it and make sure that, you know, it's the right owner, and you can open it up and get it.
Correct. So even if someone did steal the box, they're gonna have a hell of a time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where in the ship would you be keeping it?
I think we kept it in one of the bedrooms.
Because, I mean, that is an important device. It might be good to actually have an idea.
Is it cool if I just designate one?
I'm fine with it. I don't think we were incredibly clear on it.
Maybe not that one, because if anyone's like searching through the rooms, that's a pretty likely one people can start in.
Okay.
So I would say either like
what about
here, like on this side.
Well, I was going to say, what about Levine or
Elysis?
You don't know where they are.
No,
Elisa and Levine.
No, they're old rooms.
Yeah,
rooms. I
I
see.
Yeah,
makes sense. I would not mind putting it in Levine's because she was a god, granted power by the orb. Kind of makes sense.
I like that because that means when Anna hid the alcohol from the pirate kids, she hid it in Levine's room.
Both are appropriate.
And
Very
I'm
appropriate.
not talking out in the open. I'm talking under a panel behind
Open the
something.
door, the box is just there on the floor.
No,
Not
it's not.
inconspicuous at
That's
all.
what I've imagined this entire time.
No.
Yeah. So let's say you put it under her bed by the baseboard or something, right?
Yeah,
Is that
under
fair?
the floor.
Or
Under the floor.
under the
Oh fuck! I know
floor?
where to put it.
Oh,
Where? Where?
Do you have a bag?
Remember that like space that was like we checked for hidden compartments, we rolled really well, and
Oh,
then there was like
yeah.
another secondary compartment that's stupid hidden.
In the new one, or
Wait,
in,
that
in
was
the
in
old
the
one?
old one.
Yeah,
The
in the
old
old
one,
ship.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was where that that
The demon.
demonic
Yeah.
entity was hidden. Yes.
I'd rather
It's
not have it there.
It's an incredibly well concealed smuggler's cove.
Yeah.
yeah. Let's not put it in the ship anyone could get into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Levine's room,
As
and
smart as that is.
by under the floor, I mean this is all metal paneling, right?
Yes, but there's nothing underneath it other than the whole of the ship. All your ductwork and things of that run along the walls or in between floors 1 and 2.
Yeah, this is floor 2.
Sorry, that is
and
floor
that's
2. No, so
yeah,
you're right.
this is floor
So-
2.
So here's the tricky thing. It's not that it's impossible, but you tear through that floor and you're going to be looking at the cargo bay.
Really? There's
I
no
think you
like
would be.
ceiling? So it's just
Ceiling,
single.
Sure. Well, it's a well, let me think for a second
Because
this is not
how-
a question
How houses are built are you have 2 walls. Like it's a double-sided wall and you have studs in the middle. You have 2 pieces
I
of
see that.
drywall. So I was
so like
imagining
the
it
little
would be
crawl
the same.
space in between the floors.
Yeah, essentially.
Sure. Why not? Okay. I mean, I think that's reasonable. Sure. So it would probably have taken you some time because this is mega damage material, but you would have had
that's
that time. So yeah.
fine.
Roll me. You know what? Roll me a tinkerer check. Let's see how well you did. And this
Yeah,
is kind of
sure.
retroactive, but hey.
Let's try this. Yay!
I just had this image of. I mean, what you said makes sense. I had this image of like you open a floor and you put it in there and it just drops to the cargo bay.
No, that would
We
be so
would.
weird.
Did it, guys? It's hidden.
No.
Okay, you did a pretty decent job. You were able to use a torch to open up a square type hole, fit it into the crawl space. I call it a crawl space, but really, it's not accessible. You know what I mean? It's not like the
Yeah.
Jeffrey tubes in Enterprise.
Yeah, it's mostly there for like cabling and shit.
Exactly. And you're able to reseal it to where it is difficult to notice.
Yeah, makes sense.
If you went over it with a fine-tooth comb, you'd be able to tell there's some scarring there. But an investigation, a quick check of the room, people would probably miss it.
Plus,
So
it's
you did a
under the
pretty good
bed.
job. Yes. Plus, it
Yeah.
is under the bed. All right. So, any other fantastical items of godlike power that you guys want to hide on your ship?
Under bed.
This pack of gum.
So to answer the original question, which we went off on kind of an important side spree.
Yeah.
Pa knows most of what you guys did. In fact, let's put it this way, in case it becomes important. Anything you would have convinced Hart not to tell Pa, which would be a difficult task given their relationship.
Isaac would not have convinced her to tell him nothing.
Got it. So you would have let her just basically say whatever she wanted to say.
Yep. Because
And
that
this
would
is how
be-
he is in bed.
Yeah. No, she doesn't get into that. And oddly enough, she did not go into details of how she got her arms because at the time it was still very
Traumatic.
not easy for her to talk about. Yes. But for the most part, you can assume Pa knows about most of your adventures.
I just think it would be a really dick move to go, hey, so you know about talking with your dad? Don't do that.
Yeah. Don't look. Maybe remember that time where I almost got you killed? Maybe don't tell Pa.
Yeah.
Or at least edit it slightly.
But to be fair, and I actually remember doing this, or Pa saying something to Isaac about this. He did pull you aside and have a chat with you, saying, "Look, I understand Sophie Clay, as well, if not better than you. You're not going to keep her from doing stupid things. Just do what you can to keep her safe.
Yeah.
Basically, kind of doing. I get it. It's impossible. Just do what you can. Hard. All right. So with that said, do you guys go to see Pa?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So you exit the ship, you close it up tight. Hart would actually. So I forgot to mention that while you were checking for electronic devices, Hart was spending that hour resetting several of the outside traps that went off.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, on further inspection, it's very likely that it killed at least 2 people. It certainly, definitely must have injured them.
I fucking knew it.
Because basically the amount of blood that's left means that someone was severely injured by at least 2 of these traps, if not outright killed.
Before we go, God, I want
Yes.
to roll a thing to see if I can tell like how recent it was that they tried to fuck with
Sure,
things.
roll me an investigation check.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. 20. It's been several weeks. The blood is cracked and dried. The devices looks like they were tripped up at least 2 weeks ago, probably no more than a month ago.
Jesus. So yeah, the
Either
janitor staff here. Yeah.
Either they don't care or they're just terrified that they'll trigger the next one. That's my guess.
You'd have to go find out. You'd have to ask around, I suppose.
Alrighty.
So with that, you guys make your way back to Frontier Station. Hart's definitely going with you. Sarah, I think everyone would come along. Because again, there's this mentality, at least with Cathor and Sarah, of maybe we should stick together until we have a better idea what's happening. So Father Retu, everyone would come with you. I need to make a token for him.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, it's hard though. I mean, it's hard to find a Wolven dressed like a priest with a long brimmed hat. I mean, it's not exactly. I know it's the internet, so it's out there somewhere.
Give me a second.
Yeah,
I know exactly. Let me. Father Gascoigne.
Father Gascoigne?
Yes, a boss from Bloodborne.
Oh, I was gonna say coins used to purchase gas.
I need
Alright,
to see if there's a better version.
And anyway, in any case, you guys make your way through Frontier Station, which seems pretty much as you remember it. It's a busy hustle and bustle, a busy trading hub. Lots of people walking to and fro. You make your way over to Pa's offices, and you walk in there and you see Dieter, who most of you know right well by now. He is Pa's right-hand man. No, Piph. No. Don't just throw a wolf face on Odd Job.
Oh my god, I love this! Hold on, I'm showing the chat. I'm showing.
Father Retu takes off his hat and decapitates someone with it.
Is there anything stopping him other than religion?
Not even that, I suppose. Oh boy.
That's good though.
Yeah.
Call him
Did
Wolf
you
Job.
just edit this?
No, this is an old picture I had for years.
Wait, dude, someday this will be useful. And gosh darn it, Piph, it was.
Oh my god.
So you walk in there and you see Dieter, Pa's right-hand man that you met at the very start, and you've met several times, sitting at a desk. And when you walk in, he stands up and he goes, "You guys." And he kind of walks out from behind the desk, and you can see that there's a brace on his leg and he's kind of limping. And he goes, "Well, Pa expected you to show up sooner or later. You guys okay?"
We're live.
Yeah,
Are
that
you?
one.
Well, there was I'm not sure how much you know, but there was a breakout with the prison. And he kind of takes a deep breath and he goes, maybe Paul will want to talk to you, and he'll look at Hart. You should know going in there. He
Mad at us, isn't he?
no. So it would seem that man, Vector, had some very interesting allies, one of which was a shapeshifter.
Hmm.
The shapeshifter, from what we can tell, took the shape of Paw, got Vector out of the prison cell, and then walked right past me into Paw's office because I was stupid. I don't know. I should have been able to tell it wasn't him, but it was just so damn convincing. Well, they attacked Paw. He's alive. And he looks because like Hart's eyes like widen in shock, and he goes, "He's alive, but it
Put it
was
out,
a bit of a
dude.
fight. Paw's still recovering.
Okay.
Just thought you should know before you go in there, so you're not. I mean, his throat got hit pretty bad.
Hmm.
Best to, I suppose, let him explain it. I guess. Come on." And he pauses. He goes, "Well, real quick. Well, fuck. I don't know if there's any way I could tell, even if you were a shapeshifter. You're
Ooh, I
not,
could.
right?"
Let me go and check. Lucas rubs his hands together and then casts his, I think it was smell aura or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Sense aura.
Sense
that's what it
aura.
is.
All right. Sensor, gotcha. And you cast Sensor, and that tells you what exactly? What does the spell do?
It tells me actually a lot, like what kind of being they are, what general level they are, if they're like magical or psionic.
Gotcha. Perfect.
By the way, level is broad, like 1 to 5.
Oh, I see. All right, perfect. But it'll tell you what species and etc.
Yeah.
Basically, tell
Gotcha.
me your secrets.
Um,
What are you?
So you cast that. How long does it last?
It I think it actually lasts for a good amount of time in rifts. I don't know how much time you said to do that.
We
here.
generally made it fairly comparable.
So it's a good amount of time, and he's just gonna have a big nose, I guess.
Nice.
Or is that the glasses that seed aura?
I think it's the
Shoot.
glasses. I think the
Okay,
nose
yeah,
just
sorry.
smells.
I think that smells magic. I think the glasses actually can see aura. Okay, glasses.
Right.
Funny
Funny
glasses. Got it.
glasses.
Funny glasses.
So hang on a second. I'm looking to see how long it lasts because when Dieter sees you cast that, and he goes, "Wait, you can use that to tell?"
Lucas goes, but yeah.
Do you mind? Well, given our security issues, do you mind if you come with me and take a look at all our employees, just in case? The one that attacked Paw, well, he didn't make it out of that room. Paw, he can be scary when he needs to be, but who knows if there were more? We don't have a method of
Shapeshifter
telling.
didn't make it?
Paw, well, there's some scraps left. They're being displayed in Paw's office now.
Lucas stops for a second. Did you get to talk to the shapeshifter?
When they went into the office, yes. But I thought it was Paw.
Okay. Thank you. But yeah, I'm gonna check real quick.
Okay.
But yes, after our conversation, I'm going to go and check the employees. If you can round them up.
Yeah, it'll take a bit of time, which is why I was asking how long the spell lasts.
I can cast it again.
Yeah, sure. So you cast it again, and I mean, depending on how long it lasts, it wouldn't take him very long. He'd get all the employees in there, say about 20 minutes or so.
Sure.
You're able to see them all. They are all the species they appear to be: Wolven, human, or alien. They do not seem to be any sort of shapeshifter.
I will seem to be checking out exactly who they are.
Good. All right. Well, sorry, I've wasted enough of your time. Pa is probably waiting for you.
Okay.
With that, he would, of course, open the door, and he'd go in first, and he'd say, "Just one moment." He'd go in, and he'd be there for a few seconds, and then he would come back out and he'd say, "Right this way." And he would let you guys in. And you're familiar, most of you, with Pa's office. It looks exactly the same as it used to. With a couple exceptions. There is a large scorch mark on the back wall. There is, behind Pa's desk, a glass container holding what looked to be fragments or pieces of a gooey type of material. And Pa sitting at his desk. He has bandages around his throat.
Do funny glasses tell me he's Pa?
First, real quick. Yes, Anastasia?
I was just gonna do essentially a surveillance check in the room.
Gotcha. I'll get to you in a second.
Yep.
So, funny thing, Lucas.
Yeah.
That's not Pa.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
That is a shapeshifter. More specifically, you've seen that aura before.
Yeah. Hi, Gloop.
Kid immediately narrows their eyes.
I'm pulling out a fucking gun.
Pa's eyes.
Hold on.
His eyes narrow, and he goes, "Who?"
Gloop. Funny thing about Gloop, he is not very good at copying voices.
That's right. They aren't.
But hold on.
His eyes grow wide.
I have to say, it is good to at least see that you're okay. I was actually a little worried. But now I am worried about Pa. And I have to say, just from that particular piece of information, I'm a bit on the short end of patience. All of a sudden, where's Pa?
Roll me an intimidation check. And add advantage because Isaac's pulled guns.
Yes. He would
And
like
yes,
to know the same thing.
Anna, go ahead and do your investigation check for me, please.
18.
Okay. 18. You are fairly certain there are no bug devices in this room.
Damn it. Okay.
Um,
This would be a
okay,
perfect
fairly
opportunity to
certain.
find one and smash it.
I know. While you're doing that, Dieter would kind of notice what you're doing. He'd say, "We sweep the office daily ever since the event."
Doesn't mean I'm
and-
gonna trust you guys to do it right.
He'll actually nod at that. It's very clear. Anna, you don't know him very well, but Isaac and Lucas, you do. Dieter's shaken up by his, I guess you would call it, failure. And man, he's going to get even worse.
Yup.
Lucas.
God,
The form of Pa Gloop goes, "Oh no. Oh no."
Look, I know you're usually in over your head with these things, but I'm still pretty worried about good old friend Pa.
What the fuck are you talking about? Dieter says. Yes, kid.
Kid is going to immediately march over to where Gloop is sitting, I guess. Look him dead in the eyes and goes, "Where is he?"
You have to understand. Beatrix is.
Where
I.
is he?
I don't know. And the version of Paw slinks down into a very much smaller, about 3 foot tall, what looks like a. It's hard to explain. Imagine a person of about 4 feet, 3 feet or so, made from vegetable oil that somehow keeps its form. It doesn't have very well defined features. It doesn't have like a nose or very well defined hands or fingernails. It's kind of it looks more like a sludge type of thing where it looks like the olive oil, the vegetable oil is constantly kind of dripping down the body and being reabsorbed. But this appears to be
Gross.
Gloop's true form. It doesn't leave anything. It's not like there's a residue of oil or anything. It just happens to always be moving along the body. And he goes, I don't know. I just did what I was told.
Like you usually do.
They
Okay.
have Beatrix. They'll hurt her if
Okay.
I don't do what he tells me to.
I see.
Have you seen Beatrix?
Not
Gloop's
since
been here for a while.
Not since I came here.
Yeah, no, Gloopy. You most likely been lied to. Sorry. But, hey. Hopefully we can get this all sorted out.
I'm sorry.
I know. You're in a very dangerous spot right now. We should probably, get moving.
And Dieter's like, he's pulled a gun out and he's like, who the fuck is that?
Stop. That is one of the last few things that knows where Paw really is. Probably. Although, might not. But it was just doing its job. So, relax. Calm down. We have the situation under control.
He nods. He still keeps the gun trained on Gloop, and he goes, what were you here for? Why were you imitating Paw?
Yes, please tell us that.
He kind of looks back to you. I was given instructions. I don't know exactly why, but Paw was taken. I don't know where. I was supposed to replace him, and I can't do voices that well, so Vector came up with the idea that maybe my throat got injured in the fight. But I was supposed to tell you guys what happened and convince you to let me come with you. And when I was on your ship, I was supposed to install these. And he reaches under the table and pulls out a pack of what looked to be very small, silver-like devices.
Kid will take the pack and hand them over to Anna.
Thank you.
And he'll
check
say,
if those are offensive or just, for listening.
That'd be a good
Yeah.
idea to have Heart check them over.
yeah, I was going to say, Anna, I believe your abilities allow you to sense electronic devices. I don't believe they allow you to tell what they are.
I mean, I've been doing this for a while, though.
Right.
Like, they're
Yes,
in
exactly.
my
You can,
hand.
you can definitely make a check. I'm just saying, I don't think your powers, but
No,
I will say
that's
this.
it. That's intelligence, not
Roll me
her
an
psychic.
investigation with aid, because you happen to have a telemechanic with you.
Mm-hmm. 2, in fact.
It is.
16.
All right. You give him a quick glance. You and Hart and Isaac give him a quick glance. They look like some form of techno-wizardry. Basically, I'll just go ahead and use this roll. It was good enough. It looks like some form of techno-wizardry and Isaac and Cathor kind of take over a little bit. It looks like they are devices that are supposed to open up doorways to somewhere.
I'm just going to keep these for myself.
And
Yeah.
Gloop says, I was supposed to install those, and I was supposed to... Well, there's this device.
Which is?
And Dieter goes, I know what he's talking about. Vector left a very complex device a few floors down that, well, as far as we know, we don't know what it is exactly, but it has some form of timer on it. And Gloop nods. He goes, I'm not sure what it is, but I was supposed to convince you to leave her and him back to investigate it. And he points to Hart and Cathor.
Radical.
Looks like, if I'd have to guess, and I do love puzzles, looks like if you do whatever your investigating things is, like checking things on the inside, it might actually flip a trigger of some kind.
Yeah, probably.
He shrugs. I was just supposed to get them off the ship.
Off the ship? That's weird.
Because techno-wizard devices.
They could get onto the ship.
Oh,
No. He wanted those two off of the ship because they could figure out what the little bullet things are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
At least that's what I think.
I think that's part of it.
Yeah. Now, something ticking down, off the top of my head, makes me think of a bomb. What?
I don't think it's ticking down, because, I mean, he wouldn't know when we would come here.
Well, Dieter says, it is, but it's got about 4 weeks left before it reaches whatever. It's not a tick so much as... shit, I'm not good with this science stuff. There's
like
an
a
isotope
calendar.
in there there's an isotope in there that's decaying at a measured rate, I believe, is what we were told by the guy we hired to investigate it. And that measured rate of decay will reach its endpoint in about 4 weeks.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And the guy that we hired said something about this being used sometimes as a subtle timer or a very accurate timer. And you'll see Hart nodding her head. I've heard of that. It's used by some people when they need something to be incredibly accurate and subtle.
Well, I have some ideas on how to deal with that, if we want to deal with that. But as far as this is concerned, hey, we need to figure out where Paw is.
Yeah, there's that. Before we do any of that, we might want to actually take a look at that thing.
Yeah, it might be a good idea.
I guess it's extra sensitivity about actually knowing that people would take a look at it and so on and so forth.
All right. So you want to go take a look at this? Got it. How are you taking Gloop with you? Are you leaving him to Dieter? What's going on here?
I'm not leaving him to Dieter. I'm mostly like,
Kid's keeping an eye on him. I don't know if anyone else wants to stay with him. Kid doesn't want him going near the ticking whatever.
Gotcha. Dieter is actually going to excuse himself as he just found out his boss is missing. He has a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Not to mention, he says something about probably fired.
I mean, it's kind of a moot point right now.
So he goes off to do other things. He has developed enough of a trust in you. Basically, Paw trusts you, so he trusts you.
Nice.
And he says, he does tell you, though, before you go off and run off and do anything, check in with him so that he understands or knows what's happening.
Does he have like a line that we can contact?
Yeah, he'll give you a point-to-point communicator that will work anywhere on Frontier Station.
Sounds perfect.
And then Gloop will lead you guys down the hall. He will, kind of regaining his composure a little bit, he will transform not into paw, not into kid, into some person you've never seen before. They are human in nature, fairly short, maybe 5'5", female, brown hair, very unassuming. Like what you see from this is there's nothing striking about them. They're not ugly, but they're not necessarily attractive. They're not tall, but they're not really short. They're just very average across the board. And they Gloop leads you to the, I guess, a she now, because really those don't mean much to Gloop. Leads you through a couple of corridors to a room that's out of the way, and you open the door and you see attached to the center of the floor in the room what looks like almost like a pod welded to the floor, and it's about the size of a footlocker.
Oh, jeez. Neat.
And he motions to me. He goes, I don't know what it does. I just know what I was told to convince you to do, which was to have those two investigated so that they weren't on the ship.
Oh, I guess that'd be said kidding me.
No, actually, it would be said he was saying that to you, but he was pointing to Hart and Cathor, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so they stayed with us. Got it.
Right. Oh yeah, Hart has not said a word, but her face is very red. Her eyes, it's weird. Her face is one of anger. Her eyes are watery. There's like a mix of emotions playing on her face, but she has said nothing.
All right. I'd like to just do a good old telemechanics.
Hart will help you with that. Go ahead and roll an advantage.
There's no roll. It's just telemechanics.
Sure,
Level of expertise equal to 80% scholastic skill, unless you want me to roll tinkering.
So tell you what, roll investigate. Because you're using telemechanics, I would say do it at advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, just roll investigate at advantage for now. I'll just set the DC accordingly. Okay. Gotcha. 26. That's really good. Because I was like, how do I, because telemechanics, I'll just make the DC lower. Which is good because otherwise that would have been unattainable almost.
Yeah.
Isaac, this thing is amazingly complex. It reminds you of that orb that you trained on. But
okay.
But you rolled very, very well. You spend a couple minutes with it, and Hart helps you. You kind of do the same thing you used to do with Cyber 6, where you collectively work together. And while you can't be sure of anything, the general idea that you are getting, that Hart's kind of confirming, is that this thing is incredibly complex and would take weeks to dive in and be 100% sure. But as far as you can tell, that's all it is. It's just a very complex machine with no real purpose or design other than the isotope
To waste time.
decaying.
To waste time.
Yes, but the thing is, of course, you are not 100% sure. You would take you weeks to be 100% sure because you'd have to dive down into it, and that would be immensely time consuming.
Yeah. See, here's my idea with that information. Nice. This is not our problem. What Dieter, whatever his name is, should do is try and get himself somebody that is incredibly good at telemechanics, get a team of engineers, figure this shit out for the next few weeks, and use their resources, not ours. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's going to explode.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure it's not going to explode, but just in case it is rigged to, it would be nice for when we get Claw back, he could have his station. That's where my mind is.
How do we get Paw back?
Going to. We'll find him. Don't worry.
How? and she's in tears at this point.
He'll just go and hug her. He doesn't have a good answer right
she
now.
actually like pushes you away. She does not seem to be in the mood for consoling. She shakes her head. She goes, I don't need that right now. I need to know how we're going to go find my father.
Find the next. Loop is still here, right?
Yeah, he's right there. She,
Okay.
technically, in this form.
So you were supposed to convince us to let you on the ship so you can install those things, or are we supposed to go somewhere?
No. Here's a better question. After you were done with all of your assigned missions, what next?
Well, if I was successful in installing those devices, he said that a door of some sort would open up. I was supposed to escape through it.
Oh.
I don't know what after that. I just assumed that I'd know once I got through.
Okay, so hang on. The discs would make a door, or a door would just appear, period.
I'm assuming the things that he installed would make a door.
You would know this from your check, Anna, Isaac. This is basically a techno wizard device to create a portal to another place.
Yeah.
I
So-
misunderstood that.
Yeah, so basically it's like a device that and Isaac, basically it is a neat method to get into the second layer of your ship, because that portal would open up to a specified location in any plane of existence
Yeah.
and go to another place. You would also be able to tell, because you rolled really well, Anna, you would probably be able to tell this one because it's more of the mechanical side. The device is also keep the portal open. So, for example, if the device was damaged or destroyed, the portal would close.
I thought it just opened locked doors.
Oh, no. It opens each device opens a portal to somewhere.
That's more awesome. Okay.
So for all we know, these could lead out into the vacuum of space.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn, when you put it like that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and that would mean that. Wow.
Mhm.
Not only would
oh
we
my God,
die, but
I hope not. I would die.
I
Yes.
don't
Yeah,
know.
a little bit of bad news for you, buddy. Because you're in this situation, which is already ridiculously dangerous, and I'm almost positive he's still angry at you for actually doing all of this to him for the most part. He's probably getting rid of you as well.
Gloop shakes her head. No, you don't understand Victor like I do. He doesn't get angry like that. He doesn't care about that kind of thing, and I'm too useful. That's why I'm still being used. That's why Beatrix is... That's why he's forcing her to work for him, because of me. I don't think Vector would just let me die like that. I'm way too valuable. And she kind of shrinks. I mean, I don't think so, but he does.
Look, don't lose the you're valuable part. That's good. Keep that. Just change it so Vector might be a more wasteful person than you think he is.
Let's just say he got angry because he was put into prison for a few months.
Gloop shakes his head. No, that's not... I don't know what he's doing or why, but that's not Vector. He wouldn't care. He might tell you that. He's really, really good at telling people what he thinks they want to hear.
We don't want to hear that.
And Gloop shrugs. But you'd believe it.
So why would he want us to believe it?
That's a really good point. If he's targeting our little group, then why the... As far as I can tell, he definitely would want revenge. And if he doesn't want revenge, why would he spend so much time and resources to us specifically?
I do know that he didn't start planning all this until Beatrix read Pa's mind. Maybe something was in there. Maybe there's something about you or something having to do with you that interests him.
Shit.
How much
Wow.
did we tell Pa? Everything.
Yeah, we
God.
just went over
Including the
that.
golden
Everything.
orb.
No, god damn it. Okay. This is we need to
It
get
always
back
fucking
to the
comes
ship right
back
now.
to that. Yeah.
Right now. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay.
Kid starts shoving people out of the room.
Fucking let us figure this out of character. Just give me a second.
Sure. Take all the time you need.
So we're taking Gloop, right? Like, I know he betrayed us, but we can't leave Gloop.
I honestly don't care what happens to them. They betrayed us.
Are you okay?
As far as I care, I don't mind if they're put in prison for that. But that's my line.
The more my reason is they're such a puppet that they are. It's kind of one of those things. Like, would they even like if justice system work? It's like, can we even charge them? Like, are they even aware of what they're doing?
True.
Like, you start going down that path with kind of Gloop.
That is very true. However, this could also just be a completely terrible ruse, and just another way to get on our ship. I just don't know if I can trust them, but I don't mind if you guys want to bring them along.
Well, I know we're new to the system, but I will point out, you guys, not that this is mind reading by any means, but you guys can do insight checks to see if your character would at least believe him.
Boy. Shit.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's a new system, and I do stress because a lot of GMs don't do it. Insight is not mind reading.
I got
Well,
22.
Natural
20.
Wow.
Give me information, God.
Yeah, I got 22 as well.
Yes, you both got 22. I'll say kids critical outweighs a little bit, but
Oh, I just want to see if I can also get a 22.
yeah. Lucas, you want to jump in on this party?
I mean, everyone else is. Why not? Open. There you go. You have double clicking and just shift it a little. Let's see. Oh, that was on 15.
That's fine. So 15. All right. Anna, Lucas, I mean, he seems pretty believable. He seems terrified, and as far as you can tell, he looks like he's not trying to lie to you. Isaac, you've spent a lot of time interrogating people. You've learned a lot of tics that people have when they lie, tics that they have when they are trying to hide something. You don't see that at all. What you see is a very terrified little alien. Kid, you spent some time with Gloop, especially since Gloop mimicked you a lot. In fact, I'd say more specifically, you spent some time with Gloop, some time trying to get away from Gloop, but some time.
I was gonna say.
What you see in Gloop is, as far as Kid is convinced, is sheer honesty out of terror. He is being very truthful because he's very confused. He doesn't understand what's going on. He's been given orders that he's quite clearly doesn't understand the full implications of. All he knows is that there is something that terrifies him as much as you, if not more. That's what you're able to gather from this. But Kid would be convinced that Gloop is telling the truth. Now, again, characters aren't players, so
that's true. I have something just to make sure. Because Isaac would still be skeptical.
Mm-hmm.
I have this. Make a wisdom save.
Ooh.
DC 16.
Actually, Gloop wouldn't resist.
Okay. So what emotions are he? What emotions is he feeling at this point?
Overwhelmingly terror, mixed with desperation and sheer. Okay, so sorry, not overwhelming terror. Terror and desperation, equal parts, overshadowed by sheer helplessness.
Hmm. Okay, yeah. All right. I got it. I understand.
All right.
Isaac is convinced. We can take him on. It's better than whatever fate he has here.
I mean, Lucas and Kid haven't said if we want to take him on or not.
I mean, yeah.
Allure?
There. mhm. Excuse me while I die.
Very
Um,
insightful.
Yes.
Nice.
I think that even with this information, there is still the possibility that there will be a betrayal, but I also like both. I don't know. As a player, I don't want to leave him behind, but Kid's just like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, as a player, I don't want to leave him alive
So,
because I love him. As a character,
yeah.
it's like keep him around, keep an eye on him, can take advantage of him. As much as a player, I don't want to take advantage of him, and I will be considering that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But yeah, Kid would turn to Gloop and say, if we bring you on and you lie to us, you betray us, if I even think that you're considering giving any information that we don't want you to Vector,
Or to be
I will
interested.
kill you.
She nods, and she goes, "I just want to keep Beatrix safe.
I know.
There's
That's what worries me.
There's a code back in the drawer of the desk. It's the only method I had for contacting Vector. You can take it. I swear I won't. If he finds out that you've... I mean, there's nothing I can do to hurt you anymore. You already know everything."
Lucas goes, not everything, but from what you've been telling us, you don't know it. I wonder if there's a way to know other than opening it up. Hey, he looks over a lot of them. Cathor. He's here, right?
Yes.
Yes. Is there a method to know the destination of these discs?
That is possible, but he kind of shrugs. They're very well designed. I could attempt, and if Isaac helps, I might have a better shot, but I can't guarantee anything, and I would need a day or two. And you hear a voice behind you. Do you need to be sure the little one's telling the truth? Father Retu says, I have a method for that.
What kind of method?
Oh, in my profession, it's good to know when people are lying to you. For confession's sakes, there's a little spell I picked up some time ago. It creates like a zone of truth, if you will. Anyone inside it cannot lie.
Neat.
They can refuse to answer, though, he points out. But your friend seems fairly willing.
What do you guys think?
Fine, but we shouldn't do it here.
He nods. Fair enough.
Out of character, I would suggest we go back to the office since we know that it isn't bugged. Grab
that might be a
the
good-
number, and then we can do the zone of truth there.
Seems fine to me.
Okay.
All right, so you guys head back to the office. You pass Dieter, who's kind of like rushing down the hall. He pauses, stops, like does that little thing where he like skips on a foot a few times as he's trying to stop his momentum. All right, so what? We're gonna all get blown to hell?
Not
As
yet.
far as I know, it's just a waste of goddamn time. However, I would suggest that you get somebody that is skilled with techno-wizardry and figure it out. Because I would imagine it would be best if we double check to make sure.
Fuck. All right, I'll see if Noble Station has anyone. Where
Sounds
are you
grand.
headed?
Right now we're going to do a couple of things in Pa's office, and then from there we will let you know.
Well, if you're going to be in Pa's office, I'm going to be there with you.
Sure. We're
nods.
mostly thinking there because there's no bugs.
That's a fair assumption to make.
Yeah.
And he'll open the door and walk in first, motion you guys after.
Okay.
All right, so you guys are in Pa's office now.
Yeah. Father, do your thing.
Right. Father Retu puts his glaive down and he says, putting his hands up, again, I want to be clear. This spell affects everyone within a certain radius, so if you don't want to tell the truth, simply don't speak.
Okay.
And then he looks down to Gloop and he says, I don't think that would apply to you, given the looks I'm seeing. Might be best if you answer. And Gloop just nods her head. And then he begins casting a spell. Would everyone please roll me a charisma saving throw?
Charisma.
Charisma.
Oh, charisma.
Charisma.
4.
Oh, Gloop.
Oh, Gloop.
You know what? I'm
Gloop
feeling
did
a
better
little
than
s-
Kit.
I'm feeling a little spicy today. I'm going to be. What is this? Oh, what did I name this? A clever fellow. I'm
Mm.
gonna
I
be
said Gloop kid, not you. Are you going to be a clever fellow? How?
I'm gonna be a clever fellow.
Listen.
Is it this?
So at 6th level, when you make an ability check or saving throw, you can expend your bardic inspiration to roll again. Sure.
I think it's
Ooh.
to. Is it roll a?
Hang on. You roll a d. Yeah, roll a d8, I believe, at your level, and add that
I
to
got a D10. Let me double check that.
d10s. I think much higher. Maybe you might be right. Actually, maybe that's level 12.
I think it
That
is
is level 10.
D10.
D10
Oh,
is
yeah.
level 10.
Fine. Oh yeah, roll a d10. Add that to your.
5.
Okay, so
17.
Lucas is the only one that succeeds.
Shit. Okay.
Oh, hang on.
Pants off.
Hang on. I gotta check for Dieter. Nope. So Lucas
He's been
is
having a bad day.
yeah. I'm just gonna say everyone else thought of it. Like, I'm not gonna roll for Catherine, Hart, and Father Richard. I'm not gonna roll for all of them. We'll just say that they all fail as well. Well, as far as you know, yeah. All right. And Father Richard says, "All right. Well, you can ask your questions and be reasonably assured of the truth. Well, very assured if they answer."
Who's going first? Somebody tell the truth now!
Gloop says, "Are you gonna kill me?"
Is he asking this to anyone in particular, or
To everyone.
Everybody is silent.
Not today.
oh my god,
Lucas will just say no.
Then you can lie.
But is he, though?
Is the real question.
We don't know Lucas can lie.
Yeah. Gloop nods. Very sorry.
Well, let me check if this feels working. I've killed 3 dragons. Oh, it works. All right.
The fuck?
There is a pause.
just
And
looks at him.
for a moment, like, Gloop's face of terror kind of drops into one of curiosity just for a moment and goes, "Really?"
Oh yeah, it's in the field.
Wow. And then they seem to like look around and realize that, oh yeah,
We're all
equipped without a
killers.
paddle.
Mhm.
As Gloop's nature shows for just a second. All right. Anyone want to ask him questions?
Alright. What is the code that you're supposed to use to contact Vector?
It's in the drawer right there. I don't have it memorized, but it's on a chip. You just insert it into any communication device. It'll auto dial.
Kid will go check the drawer.
There, in the drawer, there is a small, what looks like a small thumb drive that is designed to be plugged into a communication console.
Okay. They will pick it up and give it to someone with pockets.
I'll take it.
Yay.
So, what is Vector planning to do to Beatrix?
So, you have to understand. Before I met Beatrix, I was hunted by everyone, hated for what I was. People tried to kill me everywhere. She was hired to kill me even. But when she met me, she felt sorry for me, took me under her wing. Vector found out they made a deal together. It didn't go well, and he threatened me. He infected me with some form of virus that he has the cure to, and if I don't get it every 3 months, it will kill me. And he's used this to keep Beatrix under his thumb, to do whatever he wanted. And he told me when I did this that if I didn't do what he said, that he would destroy the cure. And I know that if I die, Beatrix will blame herself. And if she blames herself, I don't know what she'll do.
How long has it been since you got your last whatever?
About a month. Yes, Lucas.
Out of character. Hey, Burn.
Yeah?
Are you still a doctor?
Sorta.
Do you still have that? Did you get disbarred? No, wait, that's a lawyer.
No. He would have gotten
License
his
revoked.
license revoked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, did you get disbarred, Isaac?
I have a very sneaking suspicion that it would be really hard for this thing to get a particular disease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I can also see Vector being like, Lupus. Like, here's an issue with us doing Trufism. He's an unreliable narrator.
Mm-hmm.
Sure is, because he's been told everything through this guy.
Well, I could give a psychic diagnosis a whack. It's just... I could.
I
I
mean,
don't know if
this is
it'll work.
How long does the zone of truthiness
10
last?
minutes.
Okay. How long would it take you to run a diagnostic?
10 minutes. Literally, I'm not even joking. It's a ritual, so 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So after we're done
let's-
Truth.
Let's save that for after. Um.
Oh,
When's
uh,
the last-
I don't think I remember your full... What's your full name, Father?
He looks at you. Well, it'd be a bit hard to pronounce, but my real name is Thrennigan Retu.
Oh.
Ranigan
Neat.
Retu?
Well,
Threen.
yeah, that's a good attempt, but most of the time I just... Father Retu, or Retu, is fine.
It's a neat name, thank you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And perhaps this would be a good time to allay your fears, as some of you have given me fairly dubious looks. I was directed here by my deity, and I am not working with anyone else that I know of. I simply was told to be there and to offer my help.
As he bursts into
As
barking.
he bursts into a howl.
The chest spell is taking effect!
To be fair, I give everyone a dubious
lies.
look.
Quick,
He runs.
throw your hat!
Stop it. He nods to Anna.
Oh,
He goes,
Oh my
he goes,
God.
I meant no offense. Simply thought that this was a perfect opportunity to ease some suspicions. There's enough of that to go around already, it seems.
Indubitably.
Besides, I rather like Lucas. He's an interesting fellow.
Another lie! Stab him!
Oh my god.
Get him!
Wally! Oh God, Wally.
It's
Get
his
the
time
chair.
to shine.
No, that means there's someone outside somewhere.
I mean, yeah, that's how the world works.
He doesn't know that.
Oh man. All right. Yeah. And so we'll say you guys got about 8 minutes left.
Okay.
What was the last communication you had with Beatrix?
She tried to get into your ship. She tried really hard. But-
We're aware.
Oh. Okay. When she failed, Vector decided to try other means and said that he was going to go search for AGG?
Ah.
I don't know
AEG.
what that is. But he said he was going to go search for one, and then he told me what to do here, and the last thing I saw from Beatrix was her telling me to stay safe. And then she left with Vector.
How long ago was that?
Oh, about 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Weird.
Didn't you say that it was about 2 weeks ago that the blood happened?
Between 2 and 4 is what I said.
2 and 4.
No older than a month, but older than 2 weeks.
That narrows it down.
Yeah.
Um,
So he's looking for an AEG. Fantastic.
Did you overhear any conversations Vector had with anyone?
Well, I mean, just Beatrix and a couple of people that they owed him favors. I don't know their names. They looked mean and big. One of them was killed by, well, there were traps or something on your ship. The other one was, well, he lost an arm. But I don't know much about them.
People keep losing arms around us.
It's a theme.
Almost
Well,
as
at
if
least
we're
they all
cursed.
come at us unarmed.
Shut
But
the hell
Lucas!
up. Lucas!
Yes?
But he did. He like Gloop's like thinking back, and he goes, he did make a lot of calls while we were setting this up. So what happened was he used me to get him out of prison, and he wanted to use me to get into Paul's office to see if we could learn anything of value. And Paul was there, and there was a scuffle, and we subdued him. And that's when he came up with the idea for me to act like Paul. But then he had Beatrix read Paul's mind, and Beatrix told him everything that she saw there. And that's when he got this different look about him. Hungry, I guess you would say, and started making a lot of calls and came back about a week later and said he was looking for that AG something, said that he had made contact with and he looks like trying to remember, called her the mother.
Fucking Christ. Okay. Sorry, Father.
Yeah, like Retu looks at Isaac.
Oh, Kid swore too.
Right, but you didn't
he's
say.
not the name of the game.
But you're not a man of the cloth.
So many levels wrong with that.
Okay. So, back up to where you subdued Pa. Where did he go?
He was tied up, and Beatrix put him in a large bag, carried him out.
And?
I don't know. I stayed in the office as Pa. I never saw him again.
Where is Vector's hideout?
He doesn't have a stable one. At least not that I've ever seen. He uses ships. He doesn't like staying in one place.
What about
He's
Beatrix?
had staging areas before, of course, but not. Well, he said that there was a station, a pirate station he stayed at for some time, but something happened to it. I think he's been in ships ever since.
Yeah, we happened to it.
Oh.
Sorry, I'll shut up now.
The spell. Isaac breaks out into howling.
Shut up!
He's been lying. Get him.
Get him!
Kid, you had a question.
Yes, Kid would ask if Beatrice has any specific places that she will tend towards.
Well, yes. There's one place that we like to. Beatrix is really a very kind person. She doesn't like to show it, but sometimes she likes nice things. There's a small house, a shack, a little thing on a planet. Oh, I forget the name, but I know where it is, and it's in a field that is always blooming. She says that it's nice. Smells nice. We go there between jobs. It's safe and no one bothers us.
Think she would be there now?
He shakes his head. No, not until the job's done. But Beatrix always kept lots of notes there. She was very dedicated and liked to know who we worked with. She always used to tell me, Gloop, be sure you know who you're working with. Find out everything you can. She kept lots of notes there. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that's helpful.
Did she also have notes on Vector?
Gloop looks rolls their eyes back they're thinking, they're recalling. I remember her being very frustrated that it was very difficult to learn things about Vector, like he was really good at hiding things, but she did have some notes on him. If nothing else, what she called character study. She would study him, what he's like, what he does. But as far as his past, she did have a few notes. But I remember her just being so frustrated at. She doesn't like not knowing who she works with. You understand.
Would you be able to take us there?
Yes, I could. I could take you there.
Is there any traps on this house?
Oh yes. But I know them all.
What are they? What are some of them now?
And he would start listing off very simple, reasonable traps. Things hidden in the ground, like an electric tasing device at the doorstep. He would just start listing them off in a rush, and he'd say, Beatrix really wanted to ensure my safety. Any other questions?
Yeah. Group, you got any more questions for us?
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, okay. Gloop say, you mean it? Really?
Well, for at least me. I guess the others can join in if they want to.
Will you help me save Beatrix?
Yeah. Well, hold on. Yes, if we actually have enough time and resources to do that. Right now, we're getting hunted down, so I wouldn't say immediately, but I know I would.
Are you strong enough to beat Vector?
No, I'm a babby weak. I mean, I might not be strong of body, but my mind is really good. I got some pretty good spells. Let's just say that. I think I can get upper hand on them.
Questionable face.
Look, I just can't throw a good punch sometimes. As he then thinks back to the wolfen.
Gloop kind of nods uncertainly and then looks straight at Kid. Did it bother you when I took your shape? I really liked it.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Kid has to be honest.
Or not
Or
answer.
not
Or not
answer.
answer.
Kid like opens and then closes their mouth and then like sighs and says, "No, I didn't. I don't like seeing me."
Gloop nods. If I do everything I can to help you, will you forgive me?
Oh boy.
And this is more directed to everyone, not just Kid.
All right, a little bit more information on this. So, forgive you for this specifically? Because I think this is the only thing you've done wrong to us, I think.
For helping Vector kidnap Pa and trick you and take your ship.
Shit. Okay, I'm gonna need to fucking make a wisdom or charisma or something save. Which one is it?
For what?
To have Isaac not fucking burst out right now.
Oh, I see. Well, so you're already affected, so it's truth or nothing. You're just trying to say, can Isaac control himself?
Yes, I'm trying to ask, can Isaac say nothing?
Yeah, Isaac can just choose to say nothing. He doesn't have to roll a check for that.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
not a forced truth or anything
Right.
like that.
He is going to say nothing, but he is going to look very strange.
So let's see. Forgive. Lucas sits down for a moment and thinks, Is the answer no because I've already forgiven you? Is that a thing?
Gloop's eyes look very surprised. And there's a slight pause, and then you hear like a sob, and Heart, because it's freaking Heart, throws her arms around Gloop and says, "You didn't do it. It wasn't you." Which just confuses Gloop thoroughly. This was not the response from either of you two that he was expecting. Heart looks up at Isaac, and tears rolling down her face, very hard eyes. She says, "We're gonna find him. We're gonna kill him."
Don't
Oh,
kill
we
Pa.
are. Not Pa. We're not doing that to Pa. We're going to beat Vector for the third time, and we're going to make sure he's done. Period.
We're gonna make sure that he never can do this to anyone else.
Absolutely.
That's fair.
What a horrible, horrible man. And Gloop, like, just staring there, open-mouthed.
Are we good?
Break while the art.
The best part about this is so many sarcastic comments I want to make, but they wouldn't be truthful.
Ooh, does anybody want to ask? If Lucas stops for a second, then like erases his smile. Never mind. We all good to go? He looks at all of his friends cautiously.
There's one last thing I want to do. Go.
Lucas starts sweating, yeah.
Yeah, Isaac?
It's true. Oh shit. Sorry. I would like to do try a psychic diagnosis.
Sure, absolutely.
On a
So we'll say the zone of truth, of course, falls away. We'll say that conversation was about 10 minutes either anyway, so that's pretty good. do psychic diagnosis on Gloop. So if I recall, psychic diagnosis doesn't. It works on any species, as far as you know. Yes. Do you have the? There you go. All right. So psychic healer can sense physical pain, damage, disease, and possession with absolute clarity. Pinpoint accuracy enables the character to suggest treatment. Okay. Well, it doesn't say that you can't do it on other species. It says with absolute clarity.
Yes. And pinpoint accuracy.
So, here's what you find, Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
Inside of Gloop, there are a foreign bacteria. Certainly, they're there. It's undeniable that they're there, and they do multiply exponentially. Given how fast they're multiplying, it's fair to say that they are cold or weeded out or somehow killed every few months, you would guess. They're definitely there. As far as you can tell, they're fairly benign.
So they won't actually kill Gloop.
Basically, they'll just use Gloop like a petri dish, but won't really harm Gloop. So anyone who looks into it, anyone who doesn't have psychic diagnosis, right, could see that yes, Gloop is certainly infected with the bacteria. But that bacteria in and of itself, I mean, look, we're all infected with tons of bacteria.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can get from the psychic diagnosis probably scary and definitely there. You can't see that it's hurting Gloop in any way.
Jeez. Sorry, Father.
Isaac, man of the cloth.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Jesus.
So here's what I'm gonna do. You know what? I was gonna come up with some way to. What? You're fine. You're fine.
Yeah, I will tell you this. Healing him, curing him of it completely might be a bit beyond your abilities because you can tell what it is.
He was gonna do some ooga booga. God,
I see.
Like,
gotcha.
No.
Placebo.
What do you mean?
Yeah, he was gonna do placebo. You're fine. You have some bacteria growing in you. It's not gonna do shit.
It's not?
I have bacteria in me. Hart has bacteria in her. Lucas has a lot of bacteria in him because he keeps going at the candy. Now.
For some reason, I thought you were going to say because he keeps licking things.
I do though.
He also has that jelly finger, and he keeps licking things to claim them as his own. It's not healthy, including his finger. Yes, who knows where that's been? Now, you're fine. Every few months or so, they seem to be wiped out. Probably by whatever you're taking from Vector, but you're fucking fine.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay.
You're yogurt.
I'm gonna back him up on that.
All right.
With advantage or inspiration?
What?
With advantage
or inspiration?
This seems important. I think both. Can I do both? Can I do one?
Yeah, you could, because you're not like in a combat situation. I need to know two things. One, what are you doing to inspire Isaac? And two, what are you doing to aid him? Because they would be two separate actions.
This is a general persuasion, I'm assuming.
Yes.
So generally, I would probably go, yeah, this guy knows exactly what he's talking about. He's been taking care of our entire crew for quite some time.
Gotcha. Okay, that's the aid. That's a fair enough thing to say.
And oh man, how to inspire Isaac besides just quoting freaking Piccolo, trying my hardest.
You can do this. You feel great.
Yes. Probably one of Christopher Sabat's worst memories.
He hated that.
Lewis would probably just be very straightforward. very important to his well-being. I think he would really like to know the truth. Make sure you get that information to him.
All right.
I got it.
Roll an advantage, and you have inspiration for the next 10 minutes.
Okay, so how inspiration works is it's a D10.
Right, but you don't have to roll it until after you roll your check, and then you can choose to. You use it or not.
Okay.
Like if you got a crit, you don't need it. You get something for the next 10 minutes if you like.
Yeah.
I'll fucking use it on the
I'll
20.
slap it on
Sure.
there if you'd like to.
29.
29. Gotcha. Gloop goes, but then why would... Then
Vector's an asshole.
Oh, no.
He's good at
Gloop just
manipulating
kinda-
people.
And Gloop just kind of like goes limp. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
not falls down or anything, but just their body loses all tension.
Oh. Forms into a puddle. All right, now we need to get back to our ship and head over to that cabin.
Oh.
Good news is you're fine. Okay?
Gloop nods. I'll show you the way.
All right.
And I think we'll go ahead and end the session here. This is a good spot.
Good spot.
Good spot.
Oh boy.
Anyone
Good
got any
spot.
closing remarks? Any snarkiness?
Vector is an asshole.
Yeah, he fucking is.
Go.
We knew that. Gloop didn't. Does now. We ruined his hope as well. We're just ruining everyone's hope.
Yeah, we are the villains this time in this campaign. We're ruining innocence.
We're the
we're the-
anti-heroes. Thank you.
We're the
Got
people
our
who are
ship
like,
blown up,
we're not
found somebody got
pessimists,
kidnapped,
we're
and
just
we're like, you
realists.
know what, friendo?
Oh, God.
Come with us. You've been through some hard times, but we're the villains.
Fucking villains, you. You monsters.
Man, I rolled
Vector's just trying to make a buck, and you guys...
oh, whatever. He tried to incite wars, and he was killing people.
Haven't we done the same?
He is a piece of work.
For
Yeah,
good
he was
reason.
killing random people.
We're very
Mostly-
targeted in our
Yeah.
militia.
Anna looks at you. Anna looks through fourth wall at you.
Listen, okay, we usually only go against bad guys. Usually. Alright, anyways, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you
Take
guys
care,
next
everyone.
week.
See you later.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.